Hello everyone, welcome to my first Transport Fever 2 stream. I am the Green Bug Plays. For this, I am going to try and start a new free game map. I'm going to try and do an EPEC challenge. So, every product, every city. I hope you guys don't mind a little bit of a technical issues at this stage. I am just setting up for the first time on computer. So I might go with medium industry setting. I do like the Megalomaniac with at the 1 to 5. Allows me to give good range for a lot of variety of vehicles. Just playing around with the settings at the moment, but we shall see how we go. Now I'll go with low industries. I will be starting from 1850, running a medium difficulty. Not going to have industry closure frequency, and never really liked it, but each to their own. I do have tried it before. I do use it now and then in some of my other maps. Going to leave my industry density target down. I will be doing some mods. These are just some of my favorite ones. Being an Aussie, I like the Australian town names. I do like using this capacity passenger. It allows all the passengers to be used. It gives more capacity on your carriages and such. I do like using the Comeng train as well as the Extropolis, which are both Melbourne based metro trains, as well as the Victorian V-Line Velocity. I just love the look of trains, and yeah, I'll probably do a lot of trains on this map. I might use the cargo trams. I don't always. It just depends. I will not use the production times 4, but I will have industry production levels up higher, so I get more. I've got this road trains map as well as sandbox mode enabled, and vehicles no in year, just so I can use all. This is pretty much all I'm going to use at the moment. Yeah, I think this is good, and I will apply. Also, please don't mind a little bit of lag with my game. Sometimes my computer's a little bit delayed with the Megalomaniac map. It is powerful, it can handle it. It's just sometimes, depending on how zoomed out and how far in I am, it does get a little bit laggy. I do plan to upgrade it later at some point soon. I hope that's a little bit better. No, it's now got a little bit too touchy. There we go. That's a little bit better. Yep. We'll pause straight away. So that will be good. And let's have a look at this map. See what we'll be working with and see how we go. I will turn my date speed down to start with. I don't want it too fast. I will also be uploading these videos to YouTube, so my YouTube channel is of the same name, the Green Bug Plays. I'm definitely going to leave this guy for last, out there with nothing. I will save this straight away. Don't mind the many save files. Let's see, where am I going to... I'm just having a look around to see where I might set up a capital. It's nice. There is a lot of water in this map. A lot more than I was expecting. But we'll give it a go. I'm thinking I might start with Port Augusta. Yeah, I might start with Port Augusta. It's a good central location. I will put a plus at the start of it to give myself a location for the capital. I will be making at least 50% supply to the city before I expand. Might be a good idea. I'm not too sure. I'll see how we go. I will start with I will do some modifications to the city later on, but at this moment I will keep it at, I will run a tramline depot as well. I just like running my trams in the city, just makes it a little bit more manageable. I will try to adjust the roads as well. For now, I'll run it like that, and I'll run it up here, and then I'll bring it down and run a tram line all the way around like this with the tram lines in the city like so. For now, up to the tram depot. I will start with my tram line first, just to get them up and running. That will be fine. I do like to go for the highest capacity and also the longest lifespan. So I'm just going the Odessa European one. We'll start with 4. We'll start with 4, which will be 2 each direction. New line. And I will label these as, I know it is a little bit unconventional by putting it as a B for bus, but I like to have T for train, R for road. And I can't really keep trams as road and T for train and T for tram at the same time, because that would get a little bit confusing. That's just the way I like to do it. Port Augusta 1. So that will just be it that way. And my anti-clockwise one will be 2. I should say clockwise. Will be 2. And to start with, I will go with this because it's got the highest lifespan, but the same capacity. I'll buy 10 of these to start with. Actually, I'm going to have to modify my truck stop. Should run longer to start with. Street access, input output. I know I don't have one-way directional streets at this stage, but for now I will run just like this and just like that for each of my stations. I can always expand this later on to cater for higher demand. this will all get neatened up a little bit. I'm just trying to get this started at the moment because I don't need anything super delicate and fancy with design right away. So we will run it like this for now. I will run it like that. I'll make sure they run it into 2 as it allows them to flow in a lot better, and it will take their furthest platform first. I'm just going to go logs 1 to start with. We'll probably rename these routes later once I get it a little bit more expanded. And with these 2, I am running the route back to the main depot platform here before running back to here. It's just to give as much profit both directions as possible. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do that with this here. I'll have to go around Geelong for that because I need to get more planks. So I can run planks from here up to here later. I'll probably do that with some trains. Probably get some loan out soon. I'll probably run them down to here, run them from here to here because I've got the planks and steel here to get to here. Run this up, back up through this gap here, as try and make it as cheap as possible to run into a depot up here. And I can run some coal and iron from here back down. So I get as much profit as possible. I reckon that would work. Yeah, I reckon that would work quite well. And then my second place will probably go to Hopeton once I get this 50% up here. I will now add 3 more to a new line from here to here. For now, I'll only run it as 3 because I don't need any extra at the moment. Road logs 2, and I'll run this as road tools port org. And I will run at 3 times speed. I will add 2, 1, 2 there, 1, 2 there, 1 to there. for now, this will work fine. And now these have split out a little bit. I will increase the demand is only 100 at the moment. So I will increase this line to make it a little bit more. I'll bring it up to about 20 for now. And I'll bring this one up to about 20 as well. We'll start with that and we'll move up from there. While that is building up down there, I will try to make, I want to try and make this last the longest, so I don't want to have it too bendy. Because I will make this, I'll make this 6 platform because this is going to be my primary hub. And I'll run it like that. Ooh, that was expensive. I should probably not have done it like that straight away. I will run another. I only need one platform for here. For now. And I'll be running another platform to. I'll run it like that for now. I can always change it. Whew, that's a lot more expensive than I was hoping. And I will run a depot along the side of here like so, just for now, but I'll only be running a single line out for now, I reckon, and double track it later. I know I will probably end up having to take out a loan. I'll run this as nicely around here. This will be expensive, those bridges. And bends. How much if I was to just go straight over? That's going to be expensive if I go straight over. But if I go straight over like that, yeah, that's going to be fucking expensive. Quite expensive. No matter which option I go with that, I will turn contour lines on. Contour lines. I don't have a keypad. Of course, I don't have a keypad. Why would I have a keypad? Minimize. I know this is going to be expensive. Run it like that. I don't want road. Why do I want road? Get rid of the road, please. And I will run the rail thing. That's what I want for now. It's going to be expensive, but at this point, I can get away with the more expensive because the trains don't really have the speed to make the. I will have to take out I'll max out my loan. I do have it set to 150% so I can take a lot more. But I am... Now I can bring this through here and it will be nice and smooth from there. It's just this little bit here that's going to be the expensive part. And being at 120 isn't necessary at the moment, as my trains aren't actually capable of that. Short-ish bursts, because I don't want it to cost too much. Thank you, autosave. And we will now straighten it out a little tiny bit. And we'll go in like that. That works nicely. Thank you. So for now, I'll only do one train. I'm going to go with the Baldwin because it is a good starting freight, but I'll do a double train. Because I am going to be transporting a bit of everything, I will need to run a couple of boxcars. I go this one because aesthetically nice, because green, but higher capacity. It is heavier than this, but higher capacity. 2, 3. I will need to possibly... I don't know. Do I need to run a stake? I'll add a singular stake car. And I'll add a couple of gondolas. That should be good to start with. And I'll run it on a new line. I don't need that at the moment, but I can run this around. I will cut it across here quite quickly, only because of the fact I don't want to go through the town too much and affect the emissions. At this point, I'm not really worried about the emissions, but when it eventually expands, I don't want it to hate me too much. I want this to be reasonably flat because older trains don't like the inclines too much. That one's nicely. That one will run 2 stake cars. Also, I will have a double track here, early-ish. And another one here, just so that when I do send out new trains, they do have room to go around them, each other. I'll go double one of these again. This time I can just go with stake cars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the gondolas 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will run that down on from here to here. I will set up signals on these here, like so. Bang and bang. signal here and here, and another signal here and here. We'll set up the iron, coal and coal to go here. If I can get it to work nicely, I might just be able to get it to work very, very nicely. I'm only doing it like so. Hopefully it will work. Cargo building here and here. Hopefully, please work. Yep, that worked nicely. That worked perfectly. Saves a little bit of money by having only the one platform. Tracks. I will make it as number 1. Okay, everyone, I shall be back. I'm gonna take a probably 10-minute break. If everyone wants to come back, I'm happy for you to do so. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.